Victor Adair joins me on the line right now. You know, Vic, I was wondering what you were up to this week because, as you said a week ago, you sort of had backed off and your trading was flat coming into, U.S. Thanksgiving. Things are different that way, but, you'd reassess at the beginning of the week. So just give me a quick rundown. What'd you do this week?
Mike, one of the things I certainly saw this week is we had a big jump in volatility. Last week, the Thanksgiving Day week, we had the VIX, everybody's favorite volatility measure, was at a 24-year low, below 9%. This week, with the wild action we had in the stock market, we had that VIX jump to 14.5%. That's important in a way because a lot of the market is short volatility. I won't go into that other than to say, the Dow was up 600 points on the week. We had 2 days, Thursday and Friday, when the Dow had over a 400-point range each day between the high and the low. My sense is, and listening to Mark Leibovitz, and I've known Mark for a long time, really respect him, my sense is something like him, we've just gone way too far, too fast in the stocks, and maybe we keep going. I'm just sensing that this complacency that we've had across asset classes, let me put it just in the vernacular. I think things are going to get a lot more rocky and choppy as we go ahead. And just as case in point, the Canadian dollar, we were declining all week long. We got the employment number, 5:30 in the morning Vancouver time, and bada boom, inside of a minute or two, the Canadian dollar had recovered everything that it had given back during the previous 4 days. That's the kind of volatility I'm thinking we may be getting into. We've been used to, for instance, gold trading in about a $30 range for the past 6 weeks. We might, what I'm anticipating going, in the next year, we might be needing to prepare ourselves or just try to adapt to gold trading $30 every few minutes. I'm exaggerating, but I think that's what's ahead.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Especially if we come in, to the year end, there's more action, as Mark says, about, the Santa Claus rallies, that kind of stuff. I wanted to get a quick take, though, on a couple of specifics, if you could. I know it's, the old 30-second deal going on, sure. But just crude oil and what you made of that trading, and the Canadian dollar and what you made of that trading.
Yeah, crude, we ran up from we were $42 back in June. We hit $59 last week in anticipation that OPEC and friends, let's call it that, who were meeting this past Thursday, would continue the production cutbacks they have. Not only that, but they had the two fellows that were outside the gathering, that'd be like Nigeria, let's say that, Nigeria and Libya also agreed to some caps. So, is this as good as it gets in crude? I'm inclined to think so to some degree, but I'm not selling it short. The speculators are hugely bullish on crude oil. Canadian dollar, I was short Canada all week, got stopped out. This is just the discipline of trading. I thought the Canadian dollar looked like it was really ready to take a tumble before we got that unemployment number. The unemployment number to me, a little suspect, but it is what it is. And also, like Mark Leibovitz, I thought the stock market was really overdone. I had a short position in the stock market for about a day, and thankfully, again, my stop took me out of the market before it exploded higher. Yeah. So just like last Friday, at the end of the week here, I'm flat. I chopped around in the market. It was kind of a busy week, and I think I came a couple of bucks ahead, but it was a lot of work for not much money.
A lot of work. But, it's setting up beautifully for the World Outlook Conference, Vic, and I know you'll be there with me. It's going to be great. This kind of action. That, absolutely. Have a great weekend, though, Vic. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Victor Adair, of course, every week live from the trading desk, but he will be with me at the World Outlook Conference.